Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing an overview of our H.A.M-7 Hammer 7 die mag CF20 mag lower. And we're going to show you how to install it and give you some updates on our other lowers for the Hammer 7. This lower uses your die magazines as well as CF20 magazines. CF20s fit a little bit tighter because it's just how they fit. CF20s fit tighter than the DAM mags even on the EMFs, so that's just the tolerances for them. It's made from 100% solid carbon fiber PETG. It's printed at high temperatures, low speeds. Try to get the best layer adhesion we possibly can so they don't split and crack at the layers, which is really the only place these would ever break is along the layer direction where the lines are, you can see in all 3D prints. We lightly anneal them after we do print them just to get the layers to bond even further, so it melts all the plastic together even more after we're done with them. So today we're going to show you how to modify your Hammer 7 to accept our lower, as well as many other lowers if you ever want to change. You can see this one's already been modified. So it's really simple. You don't even need calipers for this. You could use a tape measure. From this point back to where you need to cut is 3 inches and 3/8, so 3 inches, 375 thousandths. And then from this point to this point is 750 thousandths, or 3/4 of an inch. So what you'll do is you'll mark it here at 3/4 of an inch, and you'll mark it back here at 3 inches and 3/8, or 3 inch, 375 thousandths if you were using calipers. You'll cut straight down on both sides here, and then you can take, so with this one looks messed up, but it's not. We used a hacksaw for this, so you can tell it's pretty hacked up. You cut straight down until you get even with this piece here, so it needs to be flush all the way through. So you cut straight down, and then you cut into it, and then take those pieces off, file it down nearly flush. It doesn't need to be perfectly flush. This one's not perfectly flush. I don't know if I'm at the right angle or not. It's not perfectly flush with the piece here, which you can kind of see there's a hump up here, so it doesn't need to be. But essentially it just gives you the clearance to fit the DAM mags. It's really difficult to mess this up. Even if you do, it's probably going to be okay. This hole's not needed, but with our lower one, it hides everything anyway. So it looks like a completely normal Hammer 7 with a different lower. If you were to use the stock lower again, it would still be hidden. And but you're missing this bolt hole here. So if you're going to use the stock lower, you're going to most likely have to clamp it somehow or tape it somehow, but you can still use it. Moving on to the lower itself, you have your safety and trigger you need to install. It's relatively simple, so I don't have my stock lower with me right now, but the safety will be in this hole here. On the stock lower, there will be a hole right here. You will stick an Allen wrench down in there and unscrew this screw. Now, before you do that, you should have a plate or something underneath you to catch small parts, because there is a ball in here, a ball bearing that will fall out. So you undo that screw. You can take it out all the way. You can dump the ball bearing out, or you can turn it on its side and you'll be able to push the safety out and it will fall out just like that. With the trigger, there is some knurling on the pin. So this side here has the knurling on it. It looks like a bunch of lines in the pin. So you need to press it out the opposite way. So the knurling's here. You would hit it out this way with a punch or an Allen wrench or a very small pin, something of that nature. There's a spring on here, but it doesn't really come off. Just be careful, there's a spring on the trigger. Well, you'll set your trigger down in, and you'll run the pin back through. And for the safety, you'll put the safety in. The red goes on this side, and you can see there is some spots here for that ball bearing to sit, which gives you that clicky feel. You put those up, put it in, and you can install your ball on top, push it down through, and then the screw goes in after that. We do check all these for fitment before they leave, as we should. So these holes usually need to be drilled out a tiny bit, so we drill them out and test, make sure the screw threads in and the ball fits through and everything like that. So now your new H.A.M-7 will be installed with a screw up here, which is a flathead cap screw, very clean looking. So you'll install the screw there, and a screw back here, which is, we'll include every screw here. And then the grip here, don't include the grip, but you can use any standard AR-15 style grip, AR-10, anything like that. There's an insert in here, a brass insert, that is M5 threaded, and we will include a screw that fits the grips we have. If it doesn't fit your grip, you can go to the hardware store and you can pick up a standard M5 bolt of the correct length. When you do install that screw, make sure the screw is not sticking up through here, because your hammer can catch that as you cock it back. On to the updates. We are making a T15 mag lower that will require 0 modification. We're going to be utilizing a system where you don't have to preload any balls or anything like that. I will recommend that you buy our extended follower though, if you're going to. It's just more security. I'll make it work with the extended follower and everything like that. Essentially, we'll have a ball and deck system in the marker. I want to try to use steel mag releases just because people seem to be on the fence about the printed ones, which they, on all of our other mag welds that use T15 mags, you can rip the top plate off before you will break the mag catch. But we do have a lever action lower coming out. This is a very, 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 very rough draft here, very early model. It will not look like this in the end. Currently, we're on the round ball stage where we'll have a feed tube up top as well, which you could get for your regular H.A.M-7 if you want. But it'll be mounted the same way, hole there, and then in the grip here, there will be another hole. This is very rough. Printed this very fast, that's why it looks so bad. You can see the quality difference between the two. But it's also made out of different material right now. But it's very promising looking. This is still insanely strong. I can't really break it. I've tried. We're going to be using a steel pivot pin. It's a little thick, but to keep it cost effective compared to any other lever action kit that may come out, we'll have to keep this thick instead of using metal. Feels good so far. Like I said, early stages. More on that in the future. We'll try to be doing a first strike capable bottom feed tube, but no promises on that. The problem is reliability. You start getting really tight corners of first strike rounds. If you have any deviation in the first strike round, they tend to catch too much, and if you leave too much slop, then they will tumble. So very fine line there, as well as cleaning and just general reliability, but we are working on that. So yeah, that is our review on the H.A.M-7 lower and how to install a modular hammer. It's nothing to be afraid of. Just saw down till, imagine that, saw across this flat. In fact, first you could take your saw and saw this way. The only thing you might mess up is you might take it too far up here, but you're still going to have some threads up here at least. So as long as you don't cut through the body completely, very hard to mess up. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned on our Facebook or YouTube.